Yo, okay, so I'm doing a tier list of all of the live action Spider-Man suits from every single movie. If we're at the end of the year, right? Christmas is coming up, and I just thought to myself, hey, let's just do this because I think I did this exact thing last year or early this year, and I want to see if my tastes have really changed with these suits because it's been a year since No Way Home came out, and we got Andrew and Toby back, and it was great to see them again, 100%. So I thought, hey, let's do this again, right? Let's rank all of them from best to sort of worst, or rather just put every single Spider-Man into, whatever category I see fit. So, weirdly enough, we're starting off with the integrated suit, and to me, this is like a D suit. It's just there to, combine the sort of integrated suit with, I guess, I mean, it's just a combination, right? I don't really care too much for it. Like, it looked cool in the trailers, but it's obviously there just to make some toys, right? It's like the Stark era of suits for me now. Looking back on them, were kind of like, definitely over designed, and I don't know, man. I just didn't really like too many of them, And I guess integrated has got to be just one of those suits where it's like, damn, you know. I would much prefer if you didn't have those gold highlights, but hey, I guess any sort of armor plating is better than none, right? Now, the Amazing Spider-Man suit. I'll have to put this one into A, as it is an incredible suit to me personally. I know a lot of people didn't really particularly like Amazing Spider-Man suit, but I mean, it's a pretty damn cool suit. It's cool to see how obviously Peter made it by himself, which is always a bonus, but it's quite different. The spider emblem is very long on the actual suit in the front and back, and the lenses were kind of yellow. They weren't your traditional white lenses, right? And it's an interesting design. I wasn't the biggest fan of the lenses, but they've grown on me over time. And I've always enjoyed with the amazing suits, like the whole basketball texture thing. I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the suit a lot, honestly. It's just not enough to go up into the S tier, because the S tier is like my favorite suits of all time, right? And now we've got the Homecoming. Is it the Homecoming? Yeah, it is. It's the Homecoming homemade suit, right? The MCU homemade suit. Now, this one can also go into A, because I really enjoyed how this suit just showed off the complete craftiness of Peter, and this is pretty much what any Peter Parker would do. Well, some of them were a lot simpler than others, as you'll see in the tier list and where I rank them. However, this is just like, he's just a kid, right? He's just a kid, and he made this. His vision of Spider-Man on a budget, because he lives on a budget. He doesn't have all this fancy technology or access to all these gadgets and things, right? He was just living off of scraps, making things to sort of, come by, right? And I just really enjoyed just the overall suit, the aesthetic. It's very Spider-Man, and his web shooters there were really nice as well. Like, the whole suit is just, it's really cool to see how it was able to make like a full-fledged suit with like, just like a hoodie and like a jumper and all that stuff, man. It's cool. It's definitely one of my favorite suits, for sure. And now we've got the Raimi Spider-Man 3 suit. Now, I genuinely really enjoy this one a lot too. And it's really hard to just be like, boom, put it somewhere low. So I'll put it like in the A tier, because, it's just a recolor of the Spider-Man 3 suit. Obviously, you've had the changes on the emblem and stuff, right? So it's just, and the eyes are a bit more pointy. Obviously, the suit is the symbiote suit, and it's very interesting, but I really liked and wish that they went with the sort of original look, like the big spider, kind of like, what Topher Grace's Venom had at the end. It would have been interesting to see that. They didn't want to keep the original design either for the suit, where it didn't have any of the webbings, because it looked too weird for their tastes, I suppose. But that's what a symbiote's meant to be. It's meant to be like goopy and slimy. So, I don't know, man. But it was their decision. I liked it in the end, but we just didn't see enough of this suit, We just didn't see enough of it in the movie. Like, there was a daytime scene that was cut as well, which is a damn shame, because it actually looked incredible in that, right? So, yeah, it's kind of it's a real shame, honestly. Now we've got the human spider suit, dude. This one I gotta put up here in A tier as well. Not quite S tier just yet. But again, I really like the ingenuity with Toby's one as well. Like he somehow printed a shirt. He's printed a spider emblem on there with some webs. He's got his like gardening gloves. I think that's what that is. And he's got like a, what is that, balaclava on his head. And he's just got some, just a pair of pants, right? And there's some nice shoes that are in theme. And I always respect that, it's a pretty nice suit, honestly. And again, he did put in a lot of work still, not quite as much as obviously MCU when it came to that, but I quite enjoyed the suit too. So, there's that. That's as much comments as I can make on it. Now, I might get some flack for this, but this suit has quite grown on me in recent memory. And by recent memory, I mean this year, because I was just sitting here reflecting. And I've really started to appreciate the whole black and white type of scheme for, well, not black and white, black and red sort of color scheme for Spider-Man suits. And I quite enjoy this. Now, obviously, it's got a lot of MCU problems on it, like a bit over-designed, too many lines. But if you simplify your look, like from here, if you see this, just this, right, you see the red and the black, it looks damn nice. It really does. I quite enjoyed the suit a lot, I've got to admit. And I've got to put it up in S tier. I don't know. It's grown on me. A lot of people might disagree. And of course, feel free to leave your rankings below. But I don't know, man. To me, kind of vibing with it. It's probably my favorite Stark suit in terms of all the ones that Stark has made. I mean, obviously, Pete sort of designed it himself. But, it's a lot of presets that were there, right? Now, this suit, oh, dude, I've got to put it into, like, D to C tier. I'll put it into D tier just because it's like, man, it's just the other suit inverted, right? Because he got spilled paint on him from a scene that was caught where his brother played a criminal and he caught him, and then somebody spilled paint on, Spider-Man. So they couldn't get rid of it. He had to invert it. They got a cool gauntlet from Doctor Strange to catch these villains, right? And that's really all there is to the suit. It's pretty cool seeing it, but it doesn't really, like, it's just it's not really a suit, right? In its own right. But yeah. Now the Infinity War suit, God, man. Oh, man. How do I say this? I used to really enjoy the suit when it first came out, but upon like a lot of rewatching, it's just complete CGI. Now, I know a lot of other Spider-Man suits are complete CGI, but here it just really shows. Like, it really shows because it's just completely metallic. And it's just way too over-designed. It strays too far from what the Iron Spider suit originally was. It was just a red and yellow suit that was, it was armored and it had the spider legs on the back, right? And the MCU had a lot of cool concepts, like one where it was kind of like this, but just the actual colors of the Iron Spider suit. And they were like, you know what? No, we got to MCU-fy it. So this one, I'm struggling between C and D. But I might put it into D tier, otherwise I'll be a hypocrite because it takes those parts of the suit and it puts them on here. So why would I rank it lower? So far, 3 MCU suits are D tier and I kind of feel bad, but it is what it is, right? But I'll move on. Okay, so Homecoming suit. Homecoming suit, I'll slap into A, or actually kind of B. A, B. I guess B. I don't know. It's I guess A. I don't know. It's hard to decide just because I don't know. It's hard to say. It's like a take on the classic suit, but if Tony Stark designed it, which he did clearly, right? And there's just a lot of over design on it. Like at a distance, you look at it and you're like, hey, that's Spider-Man, but then you kind of get closer and you're like, damn, they really did my boy dirty. So like it's a nice looking suit, but then at the same time, I'm just very conflicted on it. So I'll put it on A, but to me, it's like A, B tier, right? That is what that is. That monkey I'm slapping into C because it's Shield just gave him a suit to make it look like, you know, Spider-Man didn't leave the country, right? So it's just some random guy that has the powers of Spider-Man, and it's kind of stealthy, but I'm not really vibing with it. Obviously, it's not meant to be flashy or anything like that, but I'm not really vibing with it, you know? So that's really all I can say for that one. And oh my god, the first homemade suit for Amazing Spider-Man, dude. Nope, you're going straight into C tier, buddy, because what the hell is that? He put on like a beanie and some shades and like a cut out mask on his face. I guess he was that, you know, angry over Uncle Ben's, you know, the guy that did him dirty. So he was like, you know what, I'm just making this random thing, and then, you know, I wish they put in more effort with his homemade suit, because I would have really liked to see something more from, you know, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, but it's alright, I guess. But it's definitely C tier. Don't like it at all. I really don't. Now, we've come to the best suits of all time, and you already know where they're going. S tier, because, dude, this has got to be the best Spider-Man classic suit of all time. Like, it's just the blues are so vibrant and nice, and we've only seen it at nighttime. It's so vibrant and so nice. I love the spider logo. 100% oh, thanks for subscribing. It just popped up on my face. But it's so vibrant, the suit, and the spider logo is so nice, and I really like the lenses now. I don't know if they'll like do the shrink and zoom thing anymore, but the whole suit overall is just a masterpiece. It's exactly what Spider-Man's suit should be, and I hope they don't change it for toys or anything like that. I hope this stays as his primary suit, because it just looks so damn cool and so accurate, and it's just so good, right? It's awesome. Definitely an amazing suit. And then, speaking of Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, S tier. I love this take on the classic suit with Amazing Spider-Man. They still kept the long spider. I feel like the spider's a bit too low. It should be a bit higher up on the chest, right? But everything else is awesome. I love the big eyes. That is well, the big lens. That's such a nice design. I love the raised webbing. I just think it's a really damn good suit as well. And the long spider in the back. All the details on the suit are just, you know, just so damn good. And then we got Raimi Spider-Man 3 suit, or you could just say it, all of them, because all of them were perfection. Amazing, iconic. It's what brought, like, this is Spider-Man on the big screen. You gotta love this suit. You know, it's got the sharp lens. It looked kind of intimidating, not gonna lie, but it looks great. Raised webbing is awesome. The suit is just great. I love the back spider too. But my favorite back spider for Raimi suits was the original from Spider-Man 1, where the spider on the back was extra thick. It just looked a bit better. But yeah, I don't know. And then this is the suit that we see the most battle damage. Like this, the Raimi suits just get absolutely obliterated, and it looks amazing, man. So I'm hoping to see stuff like that for Tom's suit. I mean, if they want to change his suit, they could definitely, like, kind of, he takes a lot of damage, so it's always a bit different, but that'd be kind of cheesy, right? But yeah. So this is my tier list. 4 suits in S tier, 5 suits in A tier, nothing in B tier, 3 suits in D tier, and 2 suits in C tier. Now, how would you have ranked this? Let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you so much for all your support. We're getting close to 30,000 subscribers. So if you're new, subscribe. Take care of yourselves. Love y'all. Peace.